Hello and welcome. I'm working in my antique ledger again, and I'm going to do something quite different that involves some more collage, but I'm back to telling a story, and this time it's going to be a little bit of a surreal story, but when you see, you will understand, I think. This is a piece of my background, and I chose to use this side because I just enjoy working in natural colors. And this lovely blue-eyed creature of pure beauty was in my stash, and this was in my stash. So I cut just here, and then I decided to open this door, and my plan is that we will see him a bit of him when we open this door, hence the surreal. So I'm going to flip this and mark this side of this collage so I know where to trim it. And I'm not going to use glue stick this time. I'm going to use double-sided tape because this is rather this is heavy but not too heavy paper. Let's see, do we have a good cut? Yes. Alrighty. I want to take care of this bit first, and then I'll have a good think about what happens next. In fact, I think that might be still a little bit too wide, but that's good. Better wide than too narrow, and I would have to deal with that. No. So, this is a picture of a doorway to a garden in Charleston. But right now, it's part of this background. So, I am going to attach this page is from December 7th. This page is from December 7th, 1913. I think I need a Ricola because it seems as though when I start to speak, strange things happen. I think I also need some cold water. I'll be right back. Well, if a Ricola and water with lemon doesn't get it, it just might be the big one, Elizabeth. So, I'm thinking that if I can establish this corner properly, good things will happen. So, maybe before I do this, I need to do this. Something is telling me, well, Something is telling me that I want this to have a lacy edge. Why? I guess just because I can or want to. So, I'm going to work on doing this. You certainly don't need to watch. This would be kind of like watching paint dry. So, when I have a lacy edge, I will return. Well, lace edges, and this pretty baby, and brick walls and doors. I do believe that this is going to turn out to be a little bit more surreal than I had planned on. But that's okay. It's fun. It's so different. Okay, now if I get this here. Yes, let me get these bits up. But not all the way. I'm going to leave that alone. Until I had started doing junk journaling. I had no experience whatever with this world of double-sided tape and so forth. And I know that you're probably just shouting at me and telling me how to do this. It would be a lot easier on me and your nerves. I wish I could hear you. So I can't, but I'm just going to noodle along here. And now this last bit. Maybe I'd better loosen this one too. Well, now, this doesn't want to seem to separate from the glue. Well, I'm going to fiddle and play here because I know I'm probably making you feel as though you're going to jump out of your skin right now. Well, mission accomplished. It takes a certain feel that I started to learn towards the end, and then they came off quite easily. And just to prove to myself that I wasn't a total dunce, I pushed one in under here and used tweezers to remove this, and oh, it just closed this right down so nicely. Live and learn. Now for location on this page. I always like to keep this bit of red ink showing and some of the green that's down here, because you never find that, or hardly ever, on antique papers. So I'm thinking right there. Yes, I am. Now, thinking this through, the ink will go, the glue will go here, but there is no reason why I can't put a little bit right on the back of this, because it will just seep into these holes and touch the paper. And down here, yes. Righty. I'm becoming quite a fan of this Fabrifix. Yes, okay. Well, I have no idea why it was that I decided to do that, but I'm loving it. So, I have to think a little bit more about what happens next. To live and learn. Well, I have decided that I want to soften this line a little bit. I've used a little vintage photo around the outside of this piece of paper, the edge of the lace, and along here. And I think the way that this is going to do is tap-tap method. Just a hint. Just a hint of this green. Then I'm going to have to put some shadowing behind him to sink him down. Well, that's just a little bit better. So, just a little bit higher up here. And I'm wondering or not. It's just a hint of a red rose over here. I'm thinking, yes, I actually am. And maybe some off-white, very off-white, oyster white. And I believe that I have a little tap-tap gadget here. Yes, I do. This is a little hard-edged, little brushy that's liable to do just here and there. Not too much. Not too much. Let's try a little white now. Just a little tiny bit. Tucked in over here. And down here where it's dark, just a little bit, and I think that is going to do it. Let me see. Now, don't think I've forgotten about you. I think I'm going to call him, since he has those beautiful blue eyes, I think I'm going to call him Frankie. And I will probably obliterate the back of that side also. But one thing at a time. One thing at a time. Just the tiniest bit, and I'm going to use brown Stabilo again. Get just a little bit here. Alrighty. Set him down on something here. And now, because I really can't stand, I think I'm going to use charcoal, ceramic coat, and darken the back of that door. Better already. I don't want to put too much paint on here. I didn't do good planning. go. Better. Better, better. And I'm going to put this in here so that I can close that back over. I'm thinking that this is as far as I'm going to go with this. I'm feeling quite happy. Yes, less is more even when I'm trying to be surreal. I'm going to add my bit of writing down here. And if you have enjoyed watching this process, I would appreciate your giving me a thumbs up, leaving a comment, sharing with a friend, and I would appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel. Isn't all of that, isn't all of this incredible? I guess not 5:04. Some. I think this was very necessary in its own strange way. There's Frankie. I don't want to close this down because there might be just a little bit of... I guess this book was rechecked in 1920. That's 7 years. Interesting. So please give a thought to a little bit of out of your comfort zone, because this is so far out of mine, and yet there's something about it. Maybe it's the blue eyes that got me. I don't know. Bye now.